Yes, I can read the question. Uh, Very good morning to all. Now we are simultaneously live on both YouTube as well as Discord. So, question one from Lucas is Vinyan and Sankhara connection to Paticca pure Dhamma post. When we see something and that reminds us of a memory of future expectation, is that still manancha paticca dhamme cha upajjati manovinyanam? Is that way is an outside stimulus or some anthaya for this Dhamma to enter into the mind? Samanantare. Okay, okay, got it. For this Dhamma to enter into the mind. Okay. Very good question. The sankharas come in three kinds. One is kaya sankhara, another one is the vachi sankhara, and third one is the mano sankhara. The kaya sankharas are something like the breathing, so asapassa. Then the vachi sankhara are vitakka and vichara, and the mano sankharas are the vedana and the sanya, or the feeling and the uh, the perception. So when something reminds us of a memory, we can see from where it is coming from. So it will be coming from our past experience, and past experience are the stored memories which are there. So they will be in they are the asavas, basically in terms of the whatever kind of asavas or the fermentation we have accumulated. Let us say we have a kama asava. Then what the mind does is that it projects from that point and then creates a situation which seems to be very happy, or it expects to be very happy. That particular situation, let us say I wanted to buy a car. So in the past, I had an intent of buying a car. So a car passes by. So what happens here is that in the mind, the feeling comes and the perception comes in terms of picking up that car. So in that way, it becomes manancha paticca dhamme upajjati mano vinyanam. So now the consciousness, the vinyana, makes that car experience possible in the mind. So as soon as the car has buzzed past my sight, I start dreaming about that car or investigating that car and trying to enjoy it. So immediately from the feeling and perception, Vedana and Sanya, I will start on Vitakka and Vichara, which is the Vachi Sankhara. So basically, that is what is going to happen when I really uh, start contemplating. So now it keeps on reverberating within my mind on how should I be buying. So the feeling and perception, which is part of the mano sankhara, along with the vitakka and vichara, which is the part of the vachi sankhara, both will go in tandem and gives me that experience. So I keep on talking to myself about how good it would be if I buy this car and what's going to happen and all that. So it is a samanantara pachaya. That is, this connect has happened anantara and samanantara. So samanantara is that stimulus. The car was a stimulus for me to create that environment, but the car has gone away, but the mind is now stuck on looking at how do we actually get that car. So that's the answer to your question, Lucas. Yes, Mano and Vachi Sankhara both arise to give that experience. First will be Mano, feeling and perception. Immediately, this Vachi Sankhara will start, because without that, there is no experiencer. Correct. So, while doing Vachi Sankhara, you will have still Mano Sankhara as well. So, all these two, that is Mano and Vachi, will go together. But yet, the Kaya Sankhara, which is basically the body movements and all that, has still not happened, because it doesn't have so much of javana, or that energy to go and do something about it. So it's still in the Mano and Vachi. Question 2, regarding your desana on Aganya Sutta, about what kind of Dhamma does the Buddha talk in the following verse, where he talks about a Brahmin class, because those will not know what you said Dhamma would mean. Dhamma is what it is, then what is Dhamma? Understanding and experience Tilakkhana, 5 aggregates, and 12 link chain of Paticca Samutpada, which is removing 10 akusala and replacing that with 10 kusala. Ithiko vaseta evametassa brahmana madas. आगन्येन अक्करेन्ता अभिभक्ति आहोसि तेषां सत्तानाम् अन्येषाम्. Okay, so I understand what you're trying to say. For this, you need to have a good grasp of these 4 varna. Varna means color, and in India especially, we have this varna ashrama. Ashrama means places. So basically, when the world cycle starts, the aspects which starts is that people, due to when we say people, it's better to use a word called beings. When they start, the asavas which are there in their mind starts projecting out, or these fermentation will start to manifest. So let us say kamasava comes in, and then the life cycles which starts along with that. Let us say there is a reduction in the food, so the people start stealing and all that. So the Khattiya class will come into existence, and then within that people, there will be people who knows the Dhamma. Dhamma need not be only Buddha Dhamma. It is one who is living a noble life. So it doesn't mean that only the Buddha Dhamma is the only Dhamma. It is, he is talking from the standpoint of the Brahmins. He is not talking from the standpoint of a Buddhist. Okay, so now this Buddhist and Hindus and all of this is a concept created in the last, let us say, 500 years, not before that. So before that, in India, nobody had anything called as an ism, that is Buddhism and Jainism and Hinduism and all of that. So if we were to go 1000 years back, never had anything called as an ism. So when we read Aganya Sutta or try to understand about Aganya Sutta, we need to understand at that point in time. So what Buddha is explaining is those people who are in controlling these stealing and all of that kind and protecting the land from people trying to do some mischievous things are called as Khattiyas. They are the warrior clan. And from them there would be people who, instead of living for an earning or earning for a living, they would give up everything and then be a recluse, and they stay in the thatched houses and they start meditating. So the ancient traditional custom of Brahmins were created because they were the people who were able to understand the reality, and that reality is the same reality what Buddha is talking about in terms of understanding how this whole cycle of suffering happens. But over a period of time this will get adulterated, so they start thinking that the Brahmins are the one who are born out of the mouth of the Brahma, and that is how it gets distorted. That's what he is trying to say there. So when he says that these Brahmins never were someone who came out of a mouth of a Brahma, or they are part of the Brahma and all of that, or the sons of Brahma or the heirs of Brahma, that is, they are children of Brahma. These Brahmins were the people who were identified by the same people whom they felt have the knowledge to gain or to explain to people how to liberate oneself from the samsara. So that is what is the Dhamma. So when he says Dhammo hi vasetta setto janetismim ditte cheva dhamme abhi sampraye yancha. So that is for this Dhamma, the Dhamma which can now be spoken about, like understanding the Anicca Dukkha Anatta, or the five aggregates, or the Dasa Akusala, making it to be Dasa Kusala, all of that will help in liberating oneself from the Kama Loka, and they can become Anagamis either in this life or in the next life. So it makes them pious, or it makes them pure. So that's what he is trying to say. It's not about whether those Brahmins were from a different kind, they had misunderstood the Dhamma and all that. No, that's not true. He is explaining about how these four clans come into existence. That is the Khattiya, which is the warrior class, the Brahmins, the intellectual class, the Vaishyas, who are actually the business class, and the Shudras, who are the working class. So that is what we need to understand from there. Did I answer your question, Lucas? Okay, very good. Okay, you have a third question? Go ahead. Regarding Paticca cycle, interaction between Nama, Rupa and Vijnana, and Sankhara and Vijnana. Lal describes when he really begins to like drinking, he starts thinking about it even while doing other things. This is a Vijnana Pachaya Nama Rupa step. How can I see difference between Sankhara Pachaya Vijnana and Rama Rupa Pachaya Vijnana? Isn't thinking about drinking also done via Sankhara? Yes, thinking about drinking is a sankhara. It is a mano sankhara, so there is a feeling and there is perception. That is correct. So your understanding is correct on that. So avijja pachay sankhara, sankhara pachay vijnana. The preparation. So we can use a word for sankhara. The nearest English word we can use is preparation. It is actually san plus khara. Khara is in Sanskrit and Pali to say doing something. So we need to understand this in this way. Let's say there is a drama, and in the drama I am supposed to play the role of a hero. So what happens is that there are certain people who come and give me a costume of the hero, how he should be looking as per that script, and there would be these people who come and put a lot of foundation and creams and other things, and do a lot of coloring on my face and all that, and then I look something different than what I was before. And that process of changing from one state to another is called as sankhara. Actually, this is more to do with an Indian concept than a Western concept in terms of what the sankhara would mean. In Sanskrit, it is called as samskaras, and in Pali, it is called as sankhara. During the time of the Buddha, even till now, in India, we have these street shows and we have various kind of drama happening in our towns and cities. So what basically they do is to make the person look as real as possible to the character what is depicted in the script, just like what we do in the movies. But in the movies it's not much, but in the drama and all of this, they have all of this coloring and shading and all of that done for that person. So there is a preparation going on all the time to do something. So the drinking, thinking about the drinking, is the vachi sankhara in the mind, wherein there is vitakka and vichara. The vichara is the thinking. So there is a deliberation and there is a thinking going on in the mind to see what should be done based upon the feeling. So the seeing of that bottle of alcohol, let us say, is going to give him a particular feeling, and he wants to enjoy that feeling because that is what he gets when he starts on that. So he starts thinking about it even while doing other things, because that is what he feels, because there is a feeling and there's a perception which says that you will be happy if you drink. So even though, let us say, he is washing his clothes or drying his hair or doing something, in the mind there is a sankhara which is happening already on how does he get this drink. So the interaction between the nama, rupa and vijnana, that is this birth of this condition of drinking, or as a drinker, as a role of a drinker, has happened at this state. And then the sankhara, that is avijja vipachaya sankhara, sankhara pachaya vijnana. So due to non-knowing about what the avijja is. So if you were to go into the avijja, what causes avijja? It is the asavas which causes avijja. So this is kama asava which flows into the mind stream. So that we can call as chittaviti, and in that this fermentation comes up of enjoying a drink. So that sankhara, that preparation, and that causes the vijnana. So the vijnana will make him experience the drink, and vijnana pachay nama rupa. Now he will go and live that life of a drinking person. So the thought of the drinking is a vachi and the mano sankhara. So both are sankharas only. The not knowing that he has an avidya is because of the asavas which have come into existence. And now what happens here is that he starts living the life of drinking while he is doing something else. So that's how it works. Did I answer? Yes, the life of a drinker is in the mind. So let us say if it is his last vijnana or the last kamma, which is now going to give him another life. So he is moving out of that body and getting into a family which will give him that experience of drinking. So in the next life he will be drinking again. That's correct, via the associated nama rupa. How is that different from creating then in the bhava? Okay, so now we have to go through the entire PS cycle. That's better, we can do that. So nama rupa pache salaitana. Salaitana is the sixth sense door. Now he has to take one of the sense door to really feed into his mind. So what all you think should happen? There should be a touch, there should be a taste, and there should be sight. There is no need for sound, so the hearing need not be there. And maybe he can use the smelling. Some people smell, let us say, wine or some whiskey or something like that. So depending upon whichever is the stronger, and most of the people are stronger in looking at the drink. So first is the sight, then there are some people who would like to read it and enjoy it. So that will be mano, like that. So salaitana pachaya phassa. So now there is a contact between this and that. This in the sense of the visible object plus the taste object plus the touch object, touch feelings. All of these are feelings, and also has its own vijnana along with it. So along with this, he is touching that as an experiencing. So phassa pachaya vedana. Now he has the vedana of that drinking even before he starts to drink. So that's going to happen. Now vedana pachaya tanha. So he will now start comparing with the earlier drink with this drink to see whether they are same and what is the kind of experience he's getting, and so that he can make it more and more. So his vachi sankhara is going to increase now because of the kaya sankhara. So kaya sankhara, vachi sankhara, mano sankhara keeps on increasing. Now his drama, his garbs or his dresses are going to increase more and more to enjoy that feeling what he's getting. So he is going to turn himself into a drunkard after some drinks. So then what is going to happen is that upadana is because now he has the fuel, that is the drink is there, and then there's a grasping of every peg he is drinking. There's a grasping for that enjoyment what he is getting. Then bhava, now he has become a drunkard. At that point in time he is not able to stand he requires some help for people to take him to the restroom and all that. And then now he has become that, and now he is leading a life of a drunkard. And looking at his condition, people will say, hey man, you just relax for some time, and then after some time the drink is going to get reduced. So there is jara and there is marana, that is he will have to give up his stay as a drunkard, so he will become sober after some time. Then dukkha, sorry, jara marana shoka, that is now he feels sorrow for what he has done. Lamentation, that is parideva, now he laments that he shouldn't have taken those many number of drinks, and he will promise himself, I will not do like this again, and I will not drink and drive and all of that. Okay, then because he was picked up by the police and they put water on him, and then he was in the hospital for a half a day detoxifying himself, and then they removed all the alcohol which was excess, so now he is lamenting. So parideva, soka parideva dukkha, so he has this bodily pain now because he has done so many different things what he shouldn't have done. So domanasa, that is the mental worry of whatever he has done. And upayasa is nothing but helplessness, so he is helpless. So if you really see, not seeing the asava, the kamasava coming to him in way of the bottle, he did all of this in the cycle of akusala mula paticca samutpada cycle. Why it is akusala? Because it led him into a bad existence. So let us say in the same body he experienced all of this. So the body is a collection, so it doesn't really matter. The mind already remained in that condition for some time. Did I answer? Yes. See, there are two kinds of Nama Rupa, Lucas. One is the Vijnana Pachaya Nama Rupa and Nama Rupa Pachaya Vijnana. So the first one, Vijnana Pachaya Nama Rupa, is like this consciousness entering and making this form, name and form, making it real. And another one of Nama Rupa Pachaya Vijnana is what we call it as the Nama Rupa created as a conditionality and materiality in terms of the conventional way of speaking. So we name a body and say it is so and so person, and then we give a designation, we give a title, and we identify that person, and we say he is playing this role and that one and this one. So that is that Nama and the Rupa part of it. So it is actually both which happens at the same time. That is, we call somebody as a drunkard because that is the Nama Rupa Pachaya Vijnana, and there is this person's gati which is taking him there is the it is actually Vijnana Pachaya Nama Rupa. So this Nama Rupa makes something which is not there, made it as there because of the consciousness playing the part. So that is the reason consciousness is referred as a magician. The only reason why it is mentioned as magician is that it will bring out something which really does not exist. So this drunkard doesn't exist, this high feeling doesn't exist, but we conventionally call that, and then we also get associated with it, and this person is now leading the life for that point of time, and that is how this whole cycle works. Okay. Any other question? Okay, very nice. So you don't have any questions, and I don't think so anybody also has any other question. So then we can end the session. So shall I end the session? Okay, thank you so much, and I am also ending in YouTube as well.